Everybody is doing a reboot these days. And so I wanted to look at teams from the past that whether or not they should deserve a reboot or leave it be. So the first team I'm going to look at is the Bad Boys, Detroit Pistons. Well before Puffy and Biggie, shout out to Bad Boy, take that, take that, take that. We had the Bad Boys from the Detroit Motown Pistons.
Heaven must be like this. Heaven must be like this.
Full disclaimer, I hated the Detroit Pistons. I hated the Bad Boys. I hated Dennis Rodman. I hated Bill Laimbeer. I even told Bill Laimbeer to his face when I was on a show with him one time that I grew up hating the Detroit Pistons and I hated Bill Laimbeer the most.
Bird and Laimbeer go at it.
But I grew up, in full disclosure, a Chicago Bulls fan. The Detroit Pistons put them through hell before the Bulls finally broke through. But with that being said, I can remain objective. And I really do believe this would make for a really good reboot. In fact, it reminds me of one of my favorite reboots of Karate Kid. And no, I'm not talking about the Karate Kid with my boy Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith. That was a horrible reboot. I'm talking about Cobra Kai, the guys that you hate. Johnny, you hate Johnny, okay? They remind me of the Detroit Pistons and the Bad Boy. Everybody hated them. But if you look past all the hard fouls and the way they played, this team had the skills and the talent to play in today's NBA. Yes, the rules changes. I acknowledge that would be very difficult for them to defend the way they were because they were so physical. These days, you can't touch anybody in the perimeter.
That's Joe Dumars. He doesn't say much.
A three-pointer block.
But offensively, let's take a look at the Detroit Pistons. First of all, let's start with Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas on the drive, spins out of traffic, scoops the baseline to Benson, who gives him a 10.
Isaiah has always told me that not only could he play in today's NBA, obviously, because he's one of the all-time greats, and I believe he would develop a three-point shot in today's game. But in order to get him off the court, you would literally have to break his ankle. That guy wanted to play every game, and he wanted to kill you on the court.
Isaiah working against Vincent. At the high post, turns, guns, got it.
His backcourt mate, Joe Dumars. All you need to know is that Michael Jordan felt that Joe Dumars was one of the toughest defenders, if not the toughest defender he faced in his entire career.
Works on Dumars. Now he's 3 for 9.
And Isaiah Thomas has said this to me, that he felt that the backcourt the Pistons had of him and Joe Dumars was almost like a blueprint of what you see today with Golden State.
You wouldn't even know who you two were on the court. Just that chemistry, you could tell, especially when y'all were chasing championships, like, it just pops off the screen, the confidence that y'all had in each other.
Bill Laimbeer, yes, he was a thug inside. He fouled guys hard. But Bill Laimbeer, before today's center, shooting threes, Bill Laimbeer was shooting threes, okay? He was one of the first centers that could really spread the floor and hit threes.
Laimbeer for 3. Got him.
Dennis Rodman, the way he played, the ferocity he rebounded with, and how he defended, I think he could play in today's game.
Guys don't want to take charges because they don't want to sacrifice their body. I mean, we got a long season. Not devastating.
Vinnie Johnson, the microwave. That dude's game can play in any era.
Vinnie Johnson with 1 second to go. His shot is good. They're going wild at the Palace.
I would say the Detroit Pistons are definitely a reboot that I would want to watch. Give me as many seasons as possible, just like Cobra Kai. I get it with the rules changes. They would not be able to defend. They would not be able to foul people the way they were able to do back in the 80s. But I think they would adjust, and I think they have the talent and the skills to survive in this era and be a team that you would want to watch all the time.